Let's save the components. This video explains how to save a component. There are two ways to save the component: to save a layout and to save the component itself. When the layout is saved, information such as component placement coordinates and properties can be included. Select the File tab and Save or Save As to save the layout. When the component is saved, the component itself is saved as a single model. The saved component can be used as the customized eCatalog item or object generated by a feeder. To save the component, select the Modeling tab and click Save or Save As in the component group. The following explains how to save a component created using Gemini or an imported CAD data as a component. Select the Modeling tab. Click New in the component group to create a new component. Click Features in the Geometry group and select Block. Save the component. Click Save or Save As in the component group. Clicking Save saves the component to an existing file. For example, when you made changes to the component A and you want to save the changes to the same component A, click Save. Clicking Save As saves the component as a new file. For example, when you made changes to the component A and you want to save the changes as a new component, click Save As. Click Save As here. In the Save Component As window, set the save information. When you save the component as the customized eCatalog item, the saved information is reflected to metadata of the eCatalog tree and it can be edited. In addition, after the component is dragged and dropped from eCatalog to the 3D world, the saved information is reflected to the metadata of the component property and it can be checked. For name, set a name. For description, set descriptions. In the metadata, this information is reflected to the item called description. For type, select a product category, such as conveyors and robots, from the drop-down selection. For the item names of type, the existing type names in eCatalog are displayed. For tags, set a keyword such as block, box, and workpiece. Max payload and reach are used for robots and others. For max payload, set the maximum payload. For reach, set the reachable range. For icon, set a preview image in Gemini. The camera position for taking the preview image is fixed. For file, set the save location. For VCID, set an ID to identify the component. A new ID is generated by the application every time the component is saved. Deselecting the checkbox of New VCID prevents a new ID from being generated. For a new component, which does not have a VCID, you cannot deselect the checkbox. For modified, the last update date is automatically input. For manufacturer, set the manufacturer. For author, set the creator. For email, set the creator's email address. For website, set the creator's website. For company logo, set the company logo of the creator. Clicking Change displays the image selection window. Select a desired image. For revision, set the version number. Enter a number such as 1.0 and 2.0. Selecting the checkbox of Auto Increment Revision automatically increases the version number. Selecting the checkbox of Is Deprecated hides the component in eCatalog. Change only the name this time. Enter my block. Click Save As. The Save As window appears. Save the component to a desired location. To display your own component model in eCatalog, save it to My Models. Open the following folder path: Documents, Mitsubishi, Gemini, 1.48, My Models. Save the file with the file name entered. Open the Home tab. Select My Models in eCatalog. The block you just saved will be displayed. If My Models is not displayed, click plus on the right of Collections and select Edit Sources. The Sources window appears. Select the checkbox in the visible column of My Models and close the window. My Models will be added to eCatalog. When the checkbox of is deprecated is selected, the component is not displayed in eCatalog and is not included in the total number of items. To display the component in eCatalog, right-click on any area in Collections and select the checkbox of Show Deprecated Components. The component will be reflected to the total number of items. Check the metadata set when you save the component by the following steps. Select the component in the 3D world. Click the tag icon in the Component Properties window. The View Metadata window appears. You can check data such as VCID and name. Note that data saved in a folder other than My Models is not reflected to the View Metadata window. Close the View Metadata window. Edit the metadata set when you save the component by the following steps. Select My Block in eCatalog. Right-click on My Block and select Edit Metadata. The Edit Metadata window appears. Select the field you want to edit to change the texts and values. The value in the VCID field indicates the component ID and is read-only. Enter block in tags. Click OK. Click the tag icon in the Component Properties window to display the View Metadata window. Block is reflected to tags. This is the end of the explanation of how to save the component. Thank you for watching.